Okay, guys. Hey, hi. How you doing? As usual, I'm coming on today to clear up a few things that I said last time, and did have a lot of things to say, but I'm not sure really where they've gone. They've sort of gone up the window, but what I can't wait until we can get this like microphone, kind of get our phones like directly sort of implanted into our brains, basically, so that all of my beautiful, divine, inspiring thoughts can be live streamed straight to you, okay, and straight to your device, and actually straight to your brain. But the other thing, that I love about that, and hopefully there will be, or there might be, some kind of like really like right on kind of device like that in the Aquarian age, because that's what it's going to be all about. Actually, the Aquarian age is all about these incredible technologies that have been already completely suppressed. But then on top of that, once we're able to actually start to work with those and start to implement those, so much more incredible technology is going to be, divinely inspired by, the people who know how to do that kind of thing, because it isn't me. Okay. But but one thing I'm really looking forward to is seeing the thoughts of people who think that they're fine. Because the truth is, they are full of fear. They are so paranoid, okay? And because it's unconscious, you do kind of know your unconscious thoughts, but you just don't see them. You aren't able yet to illuminate them, okay? People that get caught in loops aren't actually able to employ the observer yet, okay? And so that's going to be super, super fun, because then we can just say to them, and they can say to themselves, okay, they need to see and they need to be outed, okay? Everything needs to come to justice, okay, in this world, right? And that is the number one thing that I am so about, okay? I'm super, super about local governing and local sort of justice, and people in every single relationship being brought to witness their behavior in front of a jury, okay? It's not about going to prison or having, some kind of a punishment. There may be some sort of, kind of referendum that has to happen, but it has to be brought to justice. People, it isn't okay, people's behavior a lot of the time, okay? And particularly when two people get together in a room, it needs to be witnessed. There needs to be, what's the word? Some form of mediation, okay? At least to begin with, so that we can begin to understand how to communicate with each other. And if people don't like the idea of mediation, it's because they're an arc, okay? It's as simple as that. They just don't like to be outed. They like to sort of usher people into a corner somewhere, into another room somewhere, and, kind of be secret with them and sort of, like manipulate them in some way. And it's totally inappropriate and it isn't okay, right? But so the number one thing actually that I wanted to kind of come on here to acknowledge, right, was, hey guys, I really let you in on a great big secret in the last video, okay? I really let you see the most divine and powerful sort of aspect of me, right? And so, what I was saying was, if you think that I'm anything other than in my fullest power, okay, then you're wrong, okay? But it's more than that. It is your projection, and it's you, okay? So if you think I'm angry, if you think I'm nasty, if you think I was just being rude, You know, if you think that I'm mad, if you think I'm psychotic, if you think I'm schizophrenic, you know, all of these things, turn it around. It's you. I keep saying to you, I think I'm the only sane person in the world. And that's because I've released all the blocks. Okay. So there's nothing that holds me back. If I want to hold myself back, I tie my hair back. Okay. And so if you're the kind of person that ties their hair back, I suggest you let it out so that you can start to let the truth of your being out. Okay. It's a start. It's a start. I kind of realized that, you know, very kind of early on in this journey of sort of processing was I couldn't quite process openly when I had my hair held back, because a big part of it is, you know, well, I'm not sure if I have said it on here, but oh no, I think I have. But anyway, we're locked down in C1, okay? Seriously, right? It's the trust center, okay? And so we need to shake out our head, and we need to be upside down, shaking out the head, okay? We also need to be giving ourselves craniosacral therapy, you know, tuning into the fluids. It's really the number one aspect to my work, is teaching people how to tune in craniosacrally to themselves, okay, and to give themselves treatment every day. We need treatment every goddamn day. And I don't care how, you know, rich you are. I mean, I've got clients who are avoiding having treatment. They're super rich, okay, and their lives are only going to go downhill until they start to actually realize they need some goddamn treatment, and they need, at this stage, to be doing it every day. Everyone needs to be doing it every day. So if you can't afford to pay someone like me to look at your shizzle, okay, which you can't, honestly, I mean, unless you're super rich, and yeah, happy to have a few of those, but honestly, they just become a hanger-oner. I don't, you know, I actually don't want clients that are just hanger-oners and just want a treatment every day, or, you know, 3 times a week or whatever. I'm happy to do it for a process, okay? And it's an important part of the process, you know, 1 or 2 weeks of a year kind of thing. Yes, bombard yourself and have lots of treatment and lots of therapy from other therapists kind of thing. But the rest of the time, and, you know, maybe have one every week, maybe you just have one every month, you know, that kind of thing. But the rest of the time, you're with yourself 24/7, and you are the only person inside your body, guys. Okay, so you're really the only person who knows when that's too much and enough is enough, okay? And so you need to start giving it to yourself, right? You know, the other thing that I wanted to kind of pick up on, something that I said was, again, I hate having to keep saying this, and I just hope that I'm saying it to an empty, you know, kind of experience, because, you know, I do hope that by now people realize I'm not talking to them specifically. But if they resonate with what I'm saying, it's because it is the masses, right? And it's the aspect of you that is still going along with the, you know, the conditioning of the masses, right? Your deep, you know, sort of psychological conditioning, okay, which is also physiological, and it is trapped in the body, where you lock down with toxicity, okay? And so, you know, but I said, because it's true, right? There's no other truth. This is just the ultimate truth, that the universe, well, the earth, you know, I was just thinking this actually on my walk, is that we, you know, we mean the earth, but, well, we say the universe, even though we really have no direct kind of, you know, apart from through the planets, but it isn't like an actual experience. Well, it's the only experience we get, really, which is like a felt sense. So I guess we do. Okay, never mind. I'm going to boop, 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 delete. So anyway, we talk about the universe. And the thing is that I was actually having this conversation the other day with someone. They're saying, I believe it's a benevolent universe. And I sort of said, well, actually, yes and no. The thing is that it's not malevolent or malevolent. The earth is simply a frequency of reflection of whatever is in the mirror, sort of thing. So you can only see in your Taurus, guys, your own mind. Okay, you can only see your own mind. Now, it is okay that if somebody in your life is just a hanger-oner, okay, and they don't, they want to hang on, but they don't want to do anything, okay, there's nothing wrong with telling that person, you've got my permission. Tell them to fuck off, okay? That is, do no harm, but take no shit, guys. Sometimes I think people are scared of me, and I literally, I don't know why. I couldn't be any more of a peaceful person. I am completely in my peace, right? That's why I can blow my top and, have a little joke with you in the same vein. It's not because I'm psychotic. It's not because I'm schizophrenic. It's because I'm fully in my feeling. Okay. And so I just want to express it. And, so what you're going to experience, because, right, if everybody around you was in their center, okay, they could choose to behave in a particular way. I mean, no, that's wrong. I mean, okay, this is going to be a bit of a confused one today, because, there are lots of kind of dichotomies when it comes to behaviors, okay? People can be suppressed up the jacksie, right? Like totally. And they can pretend to be really well. They can pretend to be really, calm and, like they're fully going into their 5D. But the truth is, you're going to know it by looking at their body, okay? And if they're stiff as a board, okay, or, have whatever other health issues going on, okay, if they have negative thoughts and feelings, if they have low energy, and they're basically in a lack mentality, okay, but they're able, because of that, because they're so in their ego, to just pretend. It's a pretense. They believe it and they think that they're being real and true, but it isn't. Because what you'll notice is they will then go into a stress response: fight, flight, freeze, feed, fornicate, detach, and that's kind of like this. When you just go off into, kind of overthinking in your mind. And tend and befriend. The tend and befriend is that person just being able to be totally calm in the face of adversity, and then they run away, sort of thing. That is not love, right? And I decided I'm going to watch it back, but I think I'm going to put my video. I was going to sort of do another one, then I thought, actually, I think I quite like that video. I'm going to put my video about what is love back up here, and I might actually do that. I might actually start, kind of wheedling out some of my videos and bombarding you with them again, because there's some pretty important information in there. And the number one is about love, okay? And when we are in the experience of finding love, okay, it's about finding it within ourselves first. You are never going to be able to find love until you have self-love. And self-love, even though, yes, to a certain extent, it can seem a little bit cold and a little bit too independent, okay, the first step, okay, to self-love, not the first step, it's kind of the last step in a way, but you'll know that you've gotten to a place of self-love, and we kind of have to do it these days, right? Is when you are able to just be with yourself. It doesn't mean you don't see anybody else, okay? But you bring pleasure to yourself. And I'm not talking about having a wank, okay? I'm saying you don't need any external source to bring you pleasure. I mean, I very much knew this many, many years ago when I sort of, kind of got into, I was very into that sort of, oh, oh, this person makes me feel so like this, and we call it love. And I mean, I can't even bring myself to say it now. That idea of just falling in love, and and then you can dance and sing and loving the life and love every single walk that you go on. It's so magical and it's so special. It's da 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 da. This person brings me la la. No, it's fake. Okay, it's fakery and trickery. And I kind of came to realize that. I thought, hang on a minute. I'm not able to find this feeling without that person's input into my life. And once I kind of got over that, I then sort of was able to use nature. And I would use like the sun, for instance. It's like, oh, just stand in the sun. It's like, oh, just absorb the sun. Just like, oh my God, the beauty, the warmth, the power, the magnificence, the heat, the glow, the penetration, and everything. The oxygen, the air, the purity of breathing, communing with the trees, the cool water, the river, the breeze, the wind itself, making love to the elements. I mean, I've had some fantastic energetic orgasms in and with nature, guys. Okay, super, super powerful. But still, it isn't enough. It means we're still working and using an outside source. Okay, we have to be able to come to a place of love and loving our lives and loving ourselves in the midst of chaos, in the midst of darkness, in the midst of being completely alone, okay? In the midst of a padded cell, right? And you're going to know who you are if you're left in a padded cell, okay? It's going to show you pretty damn quick, right? And so that is really where and how we need to get to a state of love. It's in the absence of everything, and we aren't. We really do have to come to a place of being alone for a while. It doesn't mean completely alone, but it does mean spending several hours a day on our own. Now that can be difficult. Okay, this is the other thing that I wanted to really point out. I was saying, the people in your life, blah, 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 if they're like this, if they're like that, they are a reflection kind of thing. And then I said, but if they're, but that is unless they are your child, okay? Children come first, always. They always come first until such time as they really are an adult and out on their own, okay? But even then, these days, 20s are, 30s are the new teens, okay? Kids are living with their parents. My sister's in her 50s. Well, and so am I. And I still borrow money off my dad because of the way that we live in this goddamn culture. It's just completely, I mean, I don't, and I try not to. And in fact, I didn't even ask, but sometimes he'll give me money. Okay, I don't like asking, okay, at all, right? But I know a lot of people who do, and a lot of people who demand it from their parents, and they're in their 50s, okay, or approaching and very close. They're still like children. And you can't be in a relationship with a person like that because they haven't yet found their soul. They haven't found their love. They haven't found their purpose, and they don't know how to fully give to themselves, okay? And so they definitely can't give to anyone else. This is what I mean. So we have to come to love ourselves fully and wholly. We have to be alone for a while. But if we have young children, that can be very difficult. And so you might be in a place right now where you've got babies. And okay, it isn't going to be happening for you guys, because I actually don't agree with people having lots and lots of childcare for their babies. So that isn't really an option. You've had babies, right? You've made the decision to have, however many kids you've got, and you have got to be there. You have got to stand goddamn firm for them, okay? Even more as they approach their 20s. That kind of 16 to 22 age is so important. It is such an imperative age. It's the age when the kids are stepping out and trying to find their way in the world, but they need a firm and strong anchor. They may even be fucking you off, okay? They may even be saying, you ruined my life, right? Well, guess what? You're the goddamn parent, so you probably have. That's the truth, okay? You have probably conditioned them in a very tricky and sticky way, in the ways that you've been conditioned. And the only way, don't expect them to heal, guys. Do not expect your children to heal. You're the adult, you're the parent here, okay? I mean, I know in the same way we couldn't expect our parents to heal, but they aren't old enough yet. They've had a deeper conditioning than we have, okay? We are all, until we've come to a place of love, we are a regression of our parents, okay? Because, we've taken on their, we've taken on their toxic traits, okay, if you like, as well as then going further and further and deeper into a toxic world, okay, of toxic traits, okay, and more propaganda, more and more manipulation, okay. And so, we can't expect our children to do the healing for us. We are the generation that have to do it, and we have to do it for our ancestors and for our dependents, okay. And once you actually begin to really make heavy, huge and massive waves, it's going to turn into a tsunami, and you're going to know exactly what to say to your children to bring them out of themselves, okay, and to bring them into a place of peace, okay. And so, I've always really like to impress upon this. Children come first. If you've chosen to have them, you put them first, okay? And your healing needs to be done, okay? But you might not have the amount of hours that is required, honestly. And so you're going to have to wait until they've left home. Because, healing and coming to a place of love is a full-time job, okay? And it can take, for several years, 6 to 8 hours a day of being present, okay? That's how you become present. And then, you might not be needing sort of that full 6 to 8 hours a day of full-on presence, because it's become such a sort of natural response in you to go in instead of going out. So you'll know if you're in presence, because if you're not in presence and you're in a, you're in a very masculine state. This was the other thing I wanted to actually bring up, was that guy, hey Butler, I need more people like you in my life. Adorable, I'll take it. Mostly guys, I don't know whether that it was a guy, but mostly guys can't handle me at all, okay? They really want to fuck me off. They think that I am destroying their ego, and usually I am, that's what I am doing. I'm not trying to purposely do it, and I'm not actually even having a go at them. I mean, I've walked along with people, shh, everyone's going to think we're having an argument. Everyone's going to think that I'm abusing you. Everyone's going to think that everyone's, I don't give two shits what everyone thinks. Okay, I'm going to be in my power. And until those people are okay, and all their fucking shit, okay. And you know, if they're people I'm never going to see, I don't give two shits. But women, on the other hand, are usually like, yeah, come on, yes, yes, sister, right on, girl, you know, you've got this, and that kind of thing. But I am beginning to notice that actually women who are very masculine do find it difficult as well, okay? They do find it difficult. They can't handle the chaos. That's the feminine, okay? And it is extreme chaos. And it's about being in the still point of your own chaos. So you can, you know, it's not about creating chaos for everybody. It's about being in your still point, yet you are, you know, you can't help but reflect the energetics of, you know, the atmosphere, the surroundings, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, okay? So, I can't remember what I was saying actually, guys. It's sort of gone from my mind. But you know, I really do want to impress upon people that children are so important. They're the most important, okay? And they need to have a strong anchor to come home to, okay? And I'm not saying put up with their bullshit, okay? But I am saying when they aren't there, okay? So as they get older and they approach kind of 16, 17, 18, you know, 20, 22, and even beyond. I mean, my son turned 22 this year. I still want to be a firm anchor for him to come home to, you know, and then I might, you know, I'm hoping to move, but I still want to have that anchor for him to always be able to come back to, and to know that I'm calm and in the face of adversity, you know, and it's not just about being calm in the face of adversity. It's just about facing it and not fighting it or running away, okay? Because that's not love. That's fear, and you've got to acknowledge that fear is not love, okay? Love is staying. It's staying with it. It's working it out. It's going through the situation. It's like I said, there's nothing wrong with confrontation. If somebody's being in a particular way, but you don't have to shout and scream. If you're shouting and screaming, it's because you haven't healed your karma, okay? And so, yes, you need to do that, and you need to do what you can. That's why I say relax, guys, because that's all you need to do. And then everything else is going to come as an impulse inside you. But for some reason, and in fact, I'm going to actually do, I think, a kinesiology as part of my vigil for humanity to just accept guidance and just to accept to be able to relax and find out what the heck is the problem here. Because nobody wants to relax, and they all go, I'm fine. Oh, what are you saying? I don't need to relax. I am relaxed. I don't know. I mean, you tell me, is everybody relaxed in your bubble? In your torus, is your torus completely relaxed? And actually, that's the other thing I meant to say. The torus is now going in the opposite direction. And, you know, definitely, yeah, it starts at the equinox, really. But definitely from the solstices, okay? When we're going into spring and summer, we're going into an outward torus. Our energy is moving out, okay? And then when we go to the winter, we're going to an inner torus. So we're in the perfect moment in the, you know, in the northern hemisphere, okay, to be going in, okay? And, you know, yes, you don't get them on YouTube so much, but you can go to hypnosisdownloads.com and you only have to relax for 20 minutes, guys, and then they wake you up at the end. You're going to feel fantastic. You're going to find a hypnosis that is perfect for your issue, whatever that is, okay? They have a list, you know, several lists this long, right? So stop trying to pretend that you're okay and everything's fine. You've got issues, guys, whether that's pain, whether that's workaholism, whether that's laziness, you know, whether that's an actual physical issue, maybe it's an addiction. All of us, unless you have already ascended, okay, and or are just the, you know, in the pinnacle of peace, okay? You've got issues, and the easiest and quickest way to work on those is through your sleep with a guide helping you to unwind, okay? And I'm serious, your life is about to get good, but only if you do it.